Hey everyone, welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Again, that website address for you, if you don't already know, is theclinicaltrialsguru.com. And, thank you for sending the questions. I've been getting a lot of them this week. And I've also been extremely busy with some inpatient studies that I have going on. And I'll tell you guys more about those type of studies in future videos if you're interested. But this question I actually been getting some really good ones lately, and I know I always say that, but these ones are actually pretty unique as far as, I've been doing this blog for 3 years, and I've never received this question, so keep them coming. Let me read it to you. It says, "Hi Dan, thank you for your videos. I have a question. What is the difference in the way clinical research is conducted in different therapeutic areas? My assumption is that all the clinical study protocols are unique. So why do employers ask if one has experience in one specific therapeutic area?" And so let me answer this question because it's probably going to help answer your other questions. Yes, it's true that clinical trials are generally conducted the same way, according to good clinical practice, according to your company's SOPs, all the stuff that we've talked about before, all the stuff that I cover on my blog and in my DVDs and things like that, where it helps, where people are learning how to conduct studies. It doesn't matter what therapeutic area you're conducting a study in. Conducting a clinical trial protocol should be universal, according to good clinical practice. Now, beyond that, companies often require that you do have experience in a particular therapeutic indication because while what I just said is true, all clinical trials are generally done the same way and conducted the same way, again, according to good clinical practice, they do vary from therapeutic indication to therapeutic indication, and that is because, let's take for example something like psychiatry, okay? You need to have some experience in not only dealing with, let's say, for example, a schizophrenic population, but dealing with the specific rating scales that are needed to be conducted on those patients and understanding what data points the drug companies and the CROs are looking to collect. Those data points, those specific data points, vary based on therapeutic indications, therapeutic areas. So when you compare a psychiatric trial with a trial for diabetes, you're going to see that one heavily emphasizes glucose readings, and glucose readings probably every hour or every half an hour even. And in the other study, in the other therapeutic indication, you won't see that. You might see one glucose draw per week or per month, because that's not the key metric that they're studying. So each therapeutic indication has its own unique data points that are unique to those therapeutic indications, and because of that, most of the clinical trials in those kind of therapeutic indications or those therapeutic areas focus on these very specific data sets. So it does help to have experience in those particular therapeutic indications because of these reasons. Now, it's true, again, clinical trials are all done no matter what the therapeutic indication is, according to good clinical practice. But when you get down to the details and what you're actually collecting, the data that you're actually collecting, and the results that you're actually measuring, they do vary greatly. Okay, we in psychiatric trials never do tests where I believe they're called spirometry, where the patient will breathe into this machine which will measure the lung capacity, his or her lung capacity. That's just not done in psychiatric trials. I've never had one done in the 8 years that I've been doing this. Now, if you were doing an asthma study, that's probably the key metric, one of the key data points that they're looking for. So it does help to have that experience within therapeutic areas. If you're applying for, let's say, a job at a site where they specialize in one therapeutic indication, or if you're a CRA who's looking for more work, they will ask you, do you have therapeutic area expertise in such and such indication. So that's why, and the skills that you learn in the introductory level courses of clinical research apply across therapeutic indications, but when you get down to the nitty-gritty and the real details, they do differ based on what they're measuring and the data that they're collecting. Hopefully this helps. It was a great question. I want to give a shout out to my clinical trial guru producers. That's Sarah Elizabeth Siegler, Resolve Research Solutions, Accurate Clinical Trials, Erdhart Clinical Trials, PTNR, Patrick Stone, Darshan Kulkarni, Biopharm Systems, Zymewire, Mozio, South Coast Clinical Trials, Breakthrough Clinical Trials, and St. Paul Medical Research Center in Miami, Florida. Thank you very much, and keep these questions coming. Dan from theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Take care.